Beastars is about a grey wolf named Legoshi, who gets more than he bargained for after accepting an invitation from the Beastar and discovering his true intentions. Although the Beastar kind of changes his tune after getting beaten by a gazelle. At his penthouse, Yaya is hearing about some rabbit who won 17 fights in the black market, and that Goheen was the one who taught her how to fight. And Yaya's rat tells him that Legoshi was once Goheen's apprentice. I guess they also got a tip on who's selling the ivory and get this horrifying photo with a vow from a specific part of the city. At some other part of town, Legoshi is meeting up with Bill and Els because Bill wants advice on what to do with the club. But really, it's because he wanted Legoshi to help him move a bunch of wood so they can make a barrier for the club because everyone else was busy. What a dick. But at least he's nice to Legoshi and has an honest conversation with him. Then Legoshi heads off to work and runs into Louie, who's thinking about the black market or maybe jumping off the bridge or something. And they have an honest conversation about why Legoshi is in love with Haru. So I guess everyone's gonna treat Legoshi nice now. Anyway, the Shishigumi are wandering around some maids and talking about how much they miss Louie and how weird their new boss is. I wonder why that might be. They're in this maze because they have to get some new drug for a masquerade party from some guy who has a lot of bats. Anyway, once they're done with the maze, the civet offers the Shishigumi some Kopi Luwak, which is a special kind of coffee which is made from, well...
Yes, my poop.
Which is actually a real thing, by the way, and it's expensive as hell. But in this world, since it comes from an animal, it triggers aggression in carnivores similar to the way Kinas does, and Redacted wants the Shishigumi to pick up a drug the Civic made out of that, plus ivory, flesh and bone, and blood.
You blend those all together to create this perfect black gem, Melda, also called deer dung.
So he made a drug that he wants everyone to try and gave it the gross name of deer dung. Yeah, that's gonna work. Anyway, Legoshi received a letter from Yaya thanking him for helping stop the Kina stealers and offers an invitation to have supper at his penthouse as a token of appreciation. Gee, how nice. So Legoshi goes to Yaya's penthouse and gets really excited over how cool he finds it, and they have supper together, and apparently Yaya has the best carrots in the world because Legoshi gets really excited over how good they are. Then Yaya starts monologuing about how his carrots are perfect, like how he feels society should be. I like how they put his tail in his sleeve to make it easier to animate. I just find it funny. Then, Mr. Angry Face takes Legoshi up to show him the view of the city and talk about being the Beastar.
A Beastar, you see, exacts law and order.
I mean, I actually kind of like seeing some of the imperfections of our society.
Then Yaya starts talking about how the Beastar gets whatever they want to help with the job, and he used this privilege to have the carnivores he catches killed and their bodies put in his garden as fertilizer. So this goddamn hypocrite attacks Legoshi and starts lecturing Legoshi about how wrong it is to eat his friend's leg with permission, and tells him if he doesn't beg for forgiveness for being born a carnivore, he's going to kill him and use him as fertilizer for his death garden. All the while thinking about how mad he still is at Gosha. And this makes Legoshi feel so bad about himself that he rips out his own fangs. So basically, this gigantic asshole heard about an old friend's grandson eating his friend's leg with permission, decided to use that for revenge because it's such a terrible thing, lured him in under false pretenses, attacked him, and told him he was going to kill him unless he begged for forgiveness for being born, and caused him to feel so bad he mutilated himself. After he spent decades murdering carnivores and putting their bodies in his garden. All because he couldn't handle the fact that his friend wanted to give up being the Beastar with him to raise a family 36 years ago. F*** this character. No wonder he's doing a crap job of uniting the different species. But Legoshi does the right thing by punching Yaya in the face and leaving. Later on, Legoshi wakes up in Goeen's clinic as he's treating a fox to his mouth all swollen. Which normally would be funny, but Yaya's such an asshole, it's really not. Why does this fox look weird? Whatever, Legoshi writes a report for Goeen on what happened to him and what Kinas is.
What do you mean Yaya wanted you to apologize for eating meat? What's his deal?
See, I'm not the only one who thinks Yaya's an asshole. And Going tells Legoshi about Yaya's old partner, who Legoshi figures out is his grandfather. Back at his penthouse, Yaya finds what building the valve from the horrifying picture is from, and that there's some shaft in the building next to his office of some gazelle who works as an elephant therapist. So he's going to investigate. Maybe he'll get himself killed. That would be nice. Speaking of nice, Going made Legoshi dentures so he could actually talk right, because...
You're really too nice. I should honestly be apologizing. I stayed for a whole week.
Yeah, he can't without them. Anyway, at the college, Haru's friend is still dating that lion, so I guess it's going surprisingly well. But then he accidentally attacks her while they were getting physical, so I guess not. At the office building, Yaya found the elephant bones and climbs up the shaft. Turns out the elephant therapist is redacted, and that's how he's been getting the elephant tusks. Anyway, he catches Yaya and then redacted.
The name's Melon. Remember it.
Okay, Melon. Then Melon tranks Yaya, mentions some party, and throws him down the shaft. Well, at least he's dead now. Anyway, Haru decides to visit Legoshi at his work because it's his birthday. So he's 18 now. Legoshi is 18 now. Got it? Yeah? Okay. So he makes her some udon with an egg in it. Are rabbits supposed to eat eggs? Oh, they are not. I'm sure she'll be fine. Legoshi decides this is a good time to tell her why he dropped out of school.
Well, it's because I ate Louie's right leg.
What the hell? So Haru gets annoyed and decides they're gonna go on a date. So Legoshi gets off early and they do date stuff. Then Haru gets this idea.
Take me to the black market.
I can't do that.
Yeah, there's no way this can go wrong. Well, they go and Legoshi's freaking out and tries to hide Haru, but she just keeps wandering off without him. Honestly, I'm surprised she hasn't been eaten at this point. She ends up leading Legoshi to a rabbit shop, where Legoshi pisses Haru off again because it seems that's all he does, and she starts asking the storekeep how much her meat would cost and storms out.
You know, she actually would fetch a pretty penny.
What the hell? At the college, Louis, does he and Haru go to the same college? I don't know. At the college, Louis notices a carnivore showing light signs of meat withdrawals and that he's drinking Guinness. This piques his curiosity and he convinces one of his lab techs to find out what's in it. I guess Louis and Juno meet up together about once a month just to talk. Except this time, Juno confesses she has a crush on him and that she gets hungry every time she thinks of him. Great, this is gonna be Risen Tem 2.0. But Louis acts like a big jerk about it, so Juno goes crying to Legoshi and starts asking him for advice, even though she'd probably just end up eating Louis. Then this dumb bird gets in their face and starts asking if they're for or against mixed species couples. So Juno grabs the camera and freaks out. On his way home, Legoshi finds out everyone in the black market is happy because Yaya is dead. Thank God that asshole character is gone. God damn it. Yaya's still alive. I guess he hurt his leg, but thanks to his death garden, he's fine. Maybe the near-death experience has changed him.
Melon, I will find you, and I'll use you as fertilizer for my carrots.
Nope, still an asshole. Meanwhile, Legoshi is visiting his mother's grave, which explains what he meant when he said he didn't have a mom earlier. And his grandpa overhears him say that he's dating a rabbit. At least his grandpa is supportive of it. Anyway, Yaya goes to the black market to find out from this chipmunk that he got his ivory from Melon, and that Melon is the Shishigumi's new boss. Kind of surprised he told him considering what happened last time Melon was there. Whatever. Yaya's rats follow the Shishigumi as they pick up jars of deer dung from the Civic and some mysterious masks, and drop it off at the venue so Yaya can find out where Melon's party is. But his leg is still hurt, so Mr. Death Garden here decides he and Legoshi should be friends now after he tried to kill him, and offers Legoshi a bunch of money to help him catch Melon, since Melon is a mix between two species.
An unnatural mix of carnivore and herbivore. Help me arrest Melon, the cruel mixed beast. I simply thought you might appreciate a little glimpse into your own future. A cautionary tale of love between an herbivore and carnivore, told through the twisted, broken creature their coupling brought forth.
Because being a racist dick about it is completely going to convince Legoshi to help. Legoshi should just tell this asshole to piss off. The middle part of the first half of the season is fantastic. I like that they're going in depth with this Keenest storyline. It's a good side story to break up the main plot with Legoshi, and plus researching it gives something for Louis to do. I find it interesting that the Shishigumi is working with a Civic to make a drug more powerful than Keenest. I think it's funny how the Civic kinda messes with them by making them try Kopi Luwak without telling him what it is until after, and how proud he is of his deer dung drug is hilarious. I know I was being over the top about it, but I truly cannot stand Yeah, mainly because of how much of a hypocrite he is. The fact that he's so strict about carnivores not eating herbivores that he feels that it being consensual is no excuse. But yet he sees no problem in using carnivore bodies and going as far as killing them or having them killed in his garden for his carrots. Then he has the audacity to ask Legoshi for help after he tried to kill him. And the fact that he thinks he's the good guy is just infuriating. The voice acting is excellent. Max Middleman is great as Deshiko. He can give off the character's kind of snarky attitude really well, and you can hear the enjoyment in his voice when Deshiko is messing with the Shishigumi. I really like the inflections in his voice when Deshiko is admiring his products or just being full of himself. Laura Jo Miller is once again really good as Haru. I'm still impressed over how she makes Haru's voice sound. You can make her voice sound vulnerable the way a rabbit's would sound in a world like this, but yet she can convincingly sound angry and annoyed when Haru is yelling at Legoshi. Matthew Watterson is fantastic as Yeah. As I've said before, it's possible to not like a character but like the actor's performance of the character. So as much as I don't like Yeah, I really like the way Matthew Watterson voices him. I really like how different he makes Yaya's voice sound from the flashbacks to when he was younger to the older him in the present day. It sounds like the same character, but yet you can hear the age in his voice. You can hear the bitterness and frustration when Yaya is speaking with and about carnivores, especially Gosha. He's great at switching from Yaya pretending to be friendly with Legoshi to showing his disdain for him during the dinner party. And you can hear the sarcasm and hatred in his voice when Yaya is trying to convince him to help catch Melon. The visual effects in this part are great. The way they animate the effects of the Kopi Luwak is really clever. It looks similar to the way they show how meat and Keenest affects carnivores, but to a much lesser degree because the active ingredient is so diluted. One thing I find really funny is why is the melon Yaya brings Legoshi so detailed? Seriously, this thing almost looks real, but yet it fits the animation of the show. I understand it's a focal point, and it is a good thing, but man, you can tell they put a lot of effort into it. Well, Yaya revealed what a terrible person he really is, but considering he's trying to convince someone he despises to help him catch Melon, he's not going to be the main villain of the season. Or maybe he's just trying to get Legoshi killed.
If you want to see an uncensored version of this video, or any of my other videos, check out my Patreon. If not, I appreciate you watching my video here too. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.